Guys, it's been forever since I posted a video on this UTV project, so here we go. Okay, the lighting in here is pretty bad, but basically here's what we got. I basically ditched it for a while, and I was going to hot rod it, and then I decided that to make this into a hot rod it would actually be less work to start fresh. So this is my winter project. This is going to be done cheap as hell, and then in the springtime probably I'll start working on the hot rod project. So here's the motor. This is the motor that was actually in it. It's a snowblower engine. I heard some people say that you shouldn't really use these Tecumseh motors for this type of stuff, but I used it in this thing for like 3 years, never had a problem with it. So there you go. It's a free motor years ago. If I blow it up, I'll put another one in. Simple as that. I had cut the suspension off and welded a bar across there like that. The purpose of that was just to get it out of the garage for a while, because I actually had it. I actually rebuilt the garage, so I had to put this thing back together. So that's still welded on. I'm going to cut the welds off. I got to get new leaf springs. The ones that were on it were no good anymore. So we're starting right back fresh. I'm going to use stock tires now. Like I said, the Tecumseh motor, it's an 8 horsepower, which is, I think these are like 260 something cc or something like that. What else we got here? The steering wheel's gone, obviously. Gas pedal's gone. That's off because I robbed it for something else. Don't worry about that. We have the steering shaft and box and mounting hardware off an 80s Yamaha. Not exactly sure what it's out of, but it is off a golf cart. We also got the front end off of that, and as you can see, yes, we are on 4 wheels now. I just got it mocked up with some strapping because that stuff's cheap. It's easy to work with. It's a hell of a lot better than pissing around with metal and then having it not work. So wood's easy. You deal with wood, get everything set up of how you want it, figure it all out, because then you've only wasted a little bit of time and a little bit of money versus a lot of money and a lot of time. Now obviously the final product will be made out of metal, but that's what I got now. The other plan is we got our wheel wells here. I'm going to cut a piece, probably a bed frame, come out to about here, across, and in. Make a new front end, build this into like a hood. There'll probably be a storage compartment here. And I'm going to do that wheelie style where the hood actually comes like that. And then obviously come down the front the same as it is here. What else do we got? Oh, the driveline. I've already kind of gone through this. I got the stock differential down there. This is a 73, I think, made by Polaris, according to the nameplate. Motor's off a snowblower. We got a pulley on here. I'm going to clean this motor up. We'll probably leave the governor on because I'm not really doing it for speed, more or less so for mudding, so I figure more power is better. This motor does have electric start, just your regular snowblower. 110 volt. I might hook that up, I might remove it, I don't know. Now what I'm going to do is off of here, I'm going to build a gearbox, and everything's going to be belt driven. So I saw Fearless Friend's video. He made a video of a quadractor, and in that video he had, well, he showed how the driveline works, and it's exactly that. It's a bunch of belts, and it uses a tensioner, fairly kind of similar to a lawn tractor. And I like that idea. It seems cheap, and I have a lot of pulleys at my disposal. So I'm going to make a 3-speed with reverse, probably. So it'll run off of that into the gearbox over here, or I guess belt box, and then onto a pulley in here. There will be a 1-to-1 ratio from here to here and from here to here, just to make sure we got no differences. And then all your conversions will be done in here. And that's about it for that. So obviously I'm gonna get rid of this pedal, and I'll probably still use a stock brake system. I don't like the look of that pedal, so I'm probably gonna cut that off, make another one, make another pedal over here for your clutch. And under here, whatever, under there is a gas pedal off. I think it came off a Buick Century. Just one that we were scrapping at work, and I took the gas pedal out for this. It originally sat like 4 inches off the ground. The last video I think I had it up on blocks, and it was sitting 8 inches off the ground. Well, yeah, something like that. It was on one block and a couple pieces of wood. And now we've got... That's upside down, I'm a dumbass. I'm not very good at this whole camera thing. Anyhow, now we got 15 inches of ground clearance. And like I said in the last video, this one would be mostly planning, starting to build. I got ahead of myself. I started to build. Get over it. Now, I got all this shit here. Right here is going to be a dump box. Basically, I'm going to reuse these brackets. That's why I didn't remove them. Build a wooden box that'll come out maybe a little bit past the back of this. In here, I'm going to mount fuel tank, and obviously the box is going to tilt, so there's going to be a gas tank in here, and the battery will be in here. Or alternatively, I might cut all this out, make a fuel tank however I want, maybe back here a little bit more, and then just leave this area open, because obviously I don't need it like that anymore. I'm going to get some of this stuff to put out as the floor now, so that when water comes in, mud or whatever, you can just hose it off, it drains right out. So that's the plans for now.